and not to, demean a situation or bring it up, but it is a game time decision, and I really mean that. He did a little bit today. Last week there was more rest days in between for him. So, like I said, there was a lot of positives in it. That it is the same team, and we're playing them back, and then there is a chance for him to get a little bit more rest, and he did enough today to where he made it through and he got the reads that he needed. So if he is playing, if it doesn't swell up and do all those other things, we'll probably see him on game day.
So if he feels as good as you did today, he'd be the starter on Saturday.
Well, yeah. Well, I think he needs to feel a little bit better than today. Like I said, that's why we didn't ask him to do much. But like I said, it'd be a game time deal to where depending on how he feels, because I think that'll be 6 days, and I don't think he practiced till 6 days last week. So we'll see how he feels.
What have you thought of Drew Willie's reps in practice?
Well, I think both of the young guys are doing some good things. When you look at practice is one thing, but at the end of the day, it's good to see those guys in game-type action, because that's when you really know what you got. Last week I didn't think we practiced that well, and I would have never predicted that score to be the way it was. So practice is not always an indicator.
Because it's a game-time decision, would you almost rather he didn't practice at all today?
Well, I always want to practice because, like I said, if he does, there's some new reads and new things that we put in that he needed to see. Like I said, there's a little bit carryover for next week from last week, but there's some things that he needed to see.
How's the transition gone for Tyron Bracken?
Brack's pretty good with it. He's still learning some of the small details of the position, but I think he likes it. I will tell you, I've been teasing the last couple of days. I was like, Brack, when we take you out the safety position, put Butts in, Butts get a pick. When we take you out and put Newman in, Newman gets the sack. So, but he always says he set the guys up for it. So he's the sacrificial lamb, and he's a true team player. But it's just funny when he's not in there, something good happens. But he does a good job for us.
What compelled you to make that change with him?
Well, I think Brack has a lot of good things for us. Like I say, he and Butts, they're kind of evenly matched in some areas, but it just allows us to do some things in coverage. And the other thing is, Brack with his eyes, he's one of those that where he's probably more a zone corner when he played down south, and he loved to look at that quarterback a lot, and he's very smart. So he communicates well, and he gets those guys lined up.
This foot injury for Durant, is this something he's dealt with before in his career?
I'm not sure what his prior injuries were, but at this point right now, like I said, it's an injury that's getting better, and I think the bye week helps him and all that rest to where we can pretty soon hopefully have 100% healing there.
With Butler and Brackenridge and Newman, and are you seeing the opposition be as confused as you want them to be?
I think before, we're doing some good things with that, and like anything else in the CFL, next week or two, a couple of other guys, a couple of other teams may be doing the same thing. We really hadn't even gotten in depth of what we really want to yet. I just think right now we have some good cover guys and some good guys that are just doing a good job. I don't think it's so much confusion at this point. I think the guys are just doing a good job covering.
What kind of differences have you seen in Chris Milo's approach maybe to kicking this season, if any?
Well, right now, Milo's only having one duty right now. And, he's doing pretty good at that duty. So, that's the good part about it. In practice, he still does the punts and some of the kickoffs. But right now, his load is a little bit lighter, and he's just concentrating on one thing when it comes to game time.
How dangerous of a player is Brandon Isaac?
Brandon Isaac is a very good player. I had him in Calgary. You have to, once he knows what he's doing and he's very comfortable, then he's a guy that you have to look out for. He's a very good blitzer. That's one of the best things about his game is his blitzing skills. So he's a good player, and he's also a big talker.
And he's injured a few players.
Oh yeah, he's full speed now. Like I said, I don't know if it's malice or ill intent there, but B.I. is a very good player. He's always playing full speed.
Spencer Moore was tweeting this morning that he's about ready to make his debut in Hamilton. Is that your understanding of his status?
Oh, he is? Yeah. Good for him. He probably just means he's coming to the game. He might be flying to the game. But no, he's a young guy that I hope to see do some good things. So, he'll make the move up. So it'll be good to see him play and see what he can do.
Does he just go in for McHenry, or how does that
Yeah, he'll make a move for McHenry.
How much is an advantage? You're moving him to fullback, but he was a receiver in college, and that, again, versatility paying off.
He's a big dude. I tell you that. I just told Coach Dice that earlier. I said he is a big dude, but that's one of the things. I think he's a draft steal if he can pan out. Because one thing we saw him play like some tight end, some fullback. More tight end and receiver when he's at McMaster. So him playing a little bit of receiver, a little bit of fullback is very big to have those type of versatile guys And I'm sure George, he's a good coach, and he knows how to maneuver guys with their versatility.
This week, how much do you do research on Guelph and the facilities and kind of the temporary things that will be going on for the visiting side there?
We're well ahead of that. We did that months ago, Jamie. We've already scouted that, so we're good. We know how it is, and then plus other teams have already played there, so we know exactly how to fit the things there. Even today we practiced a little bit being on the same sideline, just doing some things to make sure we know what will happen when we get there.